Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of history. And today's topic is the Mauryan Empire. In this lesson, we will read about the three great Mauryan emperor Chandragupta Maurya, who laid down the Mauryan Empire, Bindusar, his son, and Ashoka the Great. Chandragupta Maurya, with the guidance of Chanakya, he established the Maurya Empire by defeating the king Dhanananda. Who was King Dhanananda? Dhanananda was a very cruel dictator. He has many enemies, especially his courtiers. He used to insult these courtiers, especially there was a young Brahmin whose name was Vishnugupta. Later on, he was famous by the name of Chanakya or Kautilya. Once he was insulted by Dhanananda, he was thrown away from his court. Then he promised that one day he will dethrone King Dhanananda and he trained Chandragupta Maurya. The main source of about the Mauryan empires are first, it is Arthashastra by Chanakya. He gives us the picture of the administration, society, and the economic of Magadha, and a book written by Megasthenes, a Greek ambassador who lived in the dynasty of Mauryan Empire in Chandragupta Maurya's. For 22 years, he wrote the book Indica, in which he has given about the details of the Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta Maurya, after dethroning the Nanda dynasty, he established his empire and he expanded his empire during this reign of the first three kings. The Mauryan Empire reached its zenith. Now see the three empire of the Mauryan dynasty. He was Chandragupta Maurya, who laid down the Mauryan dynasty from the period of 321 BCE to 297 BCE. Bindusara 297 BCE to 272 BCE, and Ashoka 272 BCE to 252 BCE. At the time of Chandragupta Maurya, the Mauryan Empire expanded after the death of Alexander the Great. When Alexander died, his generals fought among themselves, and one of his famous generals was Seleucus Nicator. Seleucus Nicator, who controlled the large area of the Western Asia, the western part of the India, he fought with Chandragupta Maurya. In this war, Nicator was defeated and they made a treaty in which Seleucus has returned back Punjab, Kabul, Kandahar, and Persia to Chandragupta, and Chandragupta gave 500 elephants and a royal gift. Apart from that, Seleucus got married his daughter Helen with Chandragupta, and he sent Megasthenes. As I told you before, that Megasthenes, he was a Greek ambassador. He came to the Chandragupta's court. He stayed here 22 years and he wrote a book of Indica in which he has shown how Chandragupta Maurya and the Mauryan dynasty expand what was their administration. He ruled for 24 years. Chandragupta Maurya rules for 24 years and he extended his boundaries of the Mauryan Empire from Afghanistan in the north, Afghanistan in the north, west to the Bengal in the east, and from the Himalayas in the north to the land across to the Vindhyas in the south. Only the state which he had not conquered was the Kalinga, the very strong empire at that time. Apart from that, he shifted his capital to Pataliputra. He made his capital Pataliputra. After he died, he established his business to Egypt, Syria, Rome, Greece, and China. He also embraced Jainism in his old age. After he died, his son Bindusar, he succeeded him, and on 297 BCE to 272 BCE he was the ruler of Mauryan dynasty. His empire included the whole of the India except the region of Kalinga, but the Dravidian, they were very friendly relationship with this Bindusara, and Bindusar maintained and improved the relation that Chandragupta had established by his foreign empire. After Bindusar, Ashoka won the bitter struggle, but he succeeded the throne and he became the next Mauryan kingdom. Now we will read about the Ashoka the Great. Ashoka, he ruled for over 40 years from 272 BCE to 232 BCE. He is counted among the greatest king of the world. Ashoka was known as Devanpiriya, meaning the beloved of the god, and Priyadarshi. He was a great conqueror. However, he earned the respect and the admirations of the million worldwide from the giving of the warfare. See, this is the Mauryan Empire, map of the Mauryan Empire. These are the part of the Mauryan Empire. Kabul, Kandhar, Kaushambi, Saurashtra, Kandhara. These all were the under of Mauryan dynasty, Mauryan Empire. The turning point of the Ashoka's life was the War of Kalinga. Kalinga, it's a turning point. Before and after becoming the king, Ashoka had fought many wars. However, the death of and the destruction of the Ashoka saw in the war against the kingdom of Kalinga transformed him into a peace lover. When he saw the war, after finishing the war, his heart has changed. He gave up the war. He gave up the war. Instead of war, he has now become the peace lover. He became he became Buddhist, and he began to preach the thoughts of Buddha to the South Asia and Southeast Asia. Ashoka, throughout his life, he wants to conquer Kalinga, and he wants to control these routes to increase the Mauryan trade, because Kalinga was nearer to the sea and Kalinga was very much rich because of the sea trade they have. A Kalinga, and Ashoka also want to have that route, so he went to the war with the Kalinga, and he at last won the battle over there. Ashoka sent a large army and the Kalinga war, where he won the war. Thousands of peoples were killed during that war, and several hundred thousands were severely wounded in the Kalinga war. For the first time in his life, Ashoka was so horrified to seeing all the bloodsheds all over the Kalinga, and he accepted the Buddhism. From there, he started a path of Dharma. What is Dharma? After the adoption of Buddhism, Ashoka gave up the policy of conquest of the terrorism through the war. Now he started the policy of conquest through Dhamma, Dharma Vijay. Ashoka is believed to be only monarch of the ancient world who left the path of the war to the champion to the cause of the peace, of the tolerance and non-violence. He is the first ever king in this world. He gave up the path of war, and from there he took the path of peace, tolerance and non-violence. Dhamma, it is a Pali word, means dharma, which means religious or moral duty. Ashoka's Dhamma included the teaching of the Buddha and many principles and Hinduism and other religions. He propagated Dhamma to be included in the high moral value, and his main principles of the Dhamma were: first, live in peace and harmony with the fellow human beings. You should live in a peace and you should maintain the harmony. Show love and compassion to the world. Follow the non-violence towards the creatures, non-tolerance and respect to all the religions. He treated the elders with respect and give love and be kind to servants and slaves. These were the principle of Dhamma. First, it was the peace and harmony. Second was show the love and companion to all. Follow non-violence towards all living creatures. Show tolerance and respect to all religions. Treat elders and respect them, and be kind with the servants and the slaves. So now that all for today's session. Once again we will meet in our next session. We will continue this lesson of Ashoka's. Till then, read this lesson very carefully, follow this video very carefully, and have a nice day and take care of your health.